Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make a short video. It's just on the connection of the solar eclipse and also the Mercury conjunction and the constellations that it's lining up in, and how that's going to relate to the covenant sign that the Lord is giving us. So I'm just going to quickly demonstrate where everything is. So we're looking at this constellation here called Ophiuchus. As you can see, the sun and the moon are in there. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see the date tab. No, you won't. But this is on the 4th, and the time here I've got it just set at 12, just for convenience. So Ophiuchus is above Scorpius here, okay. And if you'll notice, the lineup is happening inside Ophiuchus. And so this solar eclipse is happening within the borders here and not Scorpius. So I have actually been watching this, and I've asked the Lord for understanding. And then kind of somebody mentioned this verse the other day and had a light bulb moment. And that is the promise that God gives Adam and Eve. And he promises them Jesus in this line, because he says to the serpent that he's going to put enmity between him and the woman, and he's going to send someone that's going to bruise his head, but he's going to bruise his heel. So again, if we look at this constellation lineup, so I'm just going to play ball now. So just notice Ophiuchus is the serpent handler. Of course, we have an image of Jesus here, and the thigh section, the foot section, is going onto the head of Scorpius. So that was the one lineup, and then I thought, well, maybe there's some more confirmation in the heavens. Turns out I have found some more. Well, at least the Lord's showing me what I feel He's shown me. And that is in conjunction with that sign. We've got Sagittarius, we've got the bright and morning star, coming to our rescue, to our escape. And then, of course, let's see if I can make that disappear. And of course, the Jupiter, or the King star, is not quite within the borders of Aquarius, but it is between the fishtail part section here of Capricornus and Aquarius, and this is going to connect to an 8th day rapture. And the reason why I say that is obviously that Jesus is the water bearer, he is the high priest, and on the 8th day, what the priest would do is during Second Temple, they would come out of the temple, they'd walk down to the pools of Shiloh, which means the water that belongs to him, and they would draw water out, and they would sing Isaiah 12:3 as they go up. So if you have a look at Isaiah 12:3, let's just quickly to that verse. Okay, so the verse is, with joy you will draw water from the wells of salvation. So obviously the water here refers to the peoples that belong to God. Okay, again, I just wanted to demonstrate how that lines up with the Hanukkah, sorry, the Feast of Dedication, actually. And obviously we see Jesus in John 10:22 in Feast of Dedication, and how what I'm looking at is, if the centerpiece here, who's Jesus, the servant candle, what would happen is typically the servant candle would be lit, and then of course it would light each one individually from right to left, as in Hebraic tradition. Obviously, I've got this set up in reverse. So we're lighting these 8 candles for the 8 days, and it's important because 8 obviously has a connection to eternity. So if we have got our sign here on the 4th, what I believe is going to play out is something similar with Jesus in the grave, We can also look at John when Jesus waited for Lazarus for 2 days, I think, before going to raise him up. So there's lots of those kind of just sort of sub meanings there, subtext meanings. And then, of course, on the third day, or between the third day, would be the resurrection. And don't forget, this is in biblical canonism, the Jews, they go from twilight to twilight, and that is obviously, if you remember, Rosh Hashanah is started from the new moon, or the sighting of the new moon. So we go from midnight to midnight, and but they're overlapping there. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out, get that information out. Haven't seen a lot of people kind of pointing to this. So hopefully that just brings some understanding. One final thing as well. Sorry, I'm skipping over pretty quick. So with regards to the timing of this, we see the solar eclipse happening at around 9 a.m. Jerusalem time, which is obviously when Jesus was crucified, and then of course the moon traverses, and then its conjunction is at 3 o'clock when Jesus gave up his spirit on the cross. So we're almost seeing this play out in the time of this sign here. So I believe this is the sign of his covenant. This is the sign of his coming, and rapture is the beginning of that fulfillment, or the sign of that. Yeah. So anyway, folks, I hope that encourages somebody. Yeah, we're all watching. So dates to watch for. I'm going to be watching from the 6th through till the 8th, even the 9th, obviously. I believe that we're on that kind of timeline. Okay. Thanks so much for watching.